Have you ever looked at a map of medieval Europe and wondered why France and the Holy Roman Empire became separate entities? The story begins on Christmas Day, 800 AD, when a Frankish king named Charlemagne knelt before Pope Leo III in Rome and rose as the first Holy Roman Emperor. This prestigious title would continue to shape European politics for nearly a millennium. Yet something curious happened. While Charlemagne's original empire centered largely in modern-day France, the Holy Roman Empire that evolved became distinctly German in character. Today we're diving into this fascinating historical puzzle. Our story begins in 768, when King Pepin of the Carolingian dynasty passed away, leaving his kingdom to his sons Charles and Carloman. Following Frankish tradition, they divided the realm between them. Fate intervened just 3 years later when Carloman unexpectedly died, leaving Charles, soon to be known as Charlemagne, as sole ruler of the Frankish kingdom. Over the next 3 decades, Charlemagne transformed this inheritance through military conquest, dramatically expanding Frankish territory across Europe. Then came a pivotal moment in 800 AD. Pope Leo III, having been driven from Rome by his enemies, appealed to Charlemagne for help. The Frankish king restored the Pope to power, and in gratitude, Leo crowned Charlemagne as Holy Roman Emperor, a title that elevated him to Charles the Great in the eyes of history. When Charlemagne died, fortune smiled on the unity of his empire. He had only one surviving son, Louis the Pious, allowing the vast territories to remain intact. But this unity proved short-lived. Louis, unlike his father, had multiple sons who weren't exactly the cooperative type. Following Louis's death, these brothers plunged the empire into civil war. What followed was half a century of political chaos. Territories split, briefly reunited, then split again in an ongoing cycle of division. As these power struggles unfolded, something crucial happened in the eastern portion of the former empire. The imperial title fell into disuse there as the Carolingian dynasty gave way to Saxon rulers. Enter King Otto, whose father had wisely changed succession laws to prevent further fragmentation. Otto conquered the Kingdom of Italy and, following Charlemagne's example, convinced the Pope to crown him Holy Roman Emperor. Otto's leadership style dramatically reshaped the empire. Unlike previous rulers who valued family connections, Otto prioritized loyalty above all. He appointed trusted allies, primarily German nobles from Saxony, Bavaria, and Swabia, to positions of power, effectively replacing the old Frankish aristocracy with a Germanic one. Otto's personal authority was strong enough to temporarily control the Western territories, but after his death in 973, these regions successfully fought for independence. This rebellion coincided with another significant change. Hugh Capet became king in the West, ending Carolingian rule and severing the cultural and political ties that had bound these territories together. The new Capetian dynasty initially struggled with a decentralized kingdom where powerful noble families wielded enormous influence. By the time King Philip Augustus strengthened royal authority in the 12th century, the Holy Roman Emperor title had transformed from Frankish to decidedly German. Meanwhile, the emperors faced their own challenges: external threats on multiple borders, internal power struggles among ambitious lords, conflicts with the papacy, and the occasional crusade that diverted resources and attention. The last flicker of potential reunification came during the reign of King Francis XIII of France. In 1519, Emperor Maximilian's death triggered an imperial election. The candidates? Maximilian's grandson, Charles III of Spain, Henry VIII of England, and Francis II of France. The contest quickly devolved into a sophisticated bribery competition. Francis secured papal support and promised wealth and lands to supportive electors. Charles countered with his military presence in the empire, the backing of his grandfather, and truly astronomical bribes. Henry VIII, realizing he couldn't compete financially, withdrew from consideration. Francis made a critical mistake. He paid his bribes before the election, allowing electors to pocket his money without honoring their pledges. Charles emerged victorious, his military position and promises to focus on his Spanish territories proving persuasive. This election marked the final chance for French imperial unity. And so, what began as Charlemagne's unified empire evolved through succession disputes, cultural shifts, and political maneuvering into two distinct realms: France and the Holy Roman Empire. This separation shaped European history for centuries to come, influencing everything from language boundaries to religious conflicts, and leaving us with the diverse European landscape we recognize today.
This is Bytes of Goats, where we don't just talk about history, we learn from it. See you in the next one.